Hollywood is full of bright lights, but some westerns with big stars were left in the shadows. These are not small films. These are powerful stories with famous names like Johnny Depp, Charles Bronson, and Kirk Douglas. Yet, they vanished. Why did they fade away? Today, we are digging up 10 amazing westerns that got buried by time. Get ready for hidden gems you may have never seen but will never forget. Number 10. Bad Company, Jeff Bridges. Buried deep under the dust of forgotten films, Bad Company is a western that truly stands out. Set during the American Civil War, this gritty tale follows a group of teenage outlaws trying to survive in a lawless land. Jeff Bridges, still early in his career, gives a powerful and unforgettable performance. Directed by Robert Benton, the film breaks away from the typical good versus evil theme, showing a raw and realistic view of the Wild West. With haunting cinematography and a bold storyline, Bad Company speaks to the darker side of youth and survival. Sadly, it was lost in the wave of bigger studio releases during the early 1970s. Today, it remains a hidden gem that deserves a second chance under the spotlight. This is not your average cowboy story, it is much more. Number 9. Dead Man, Johnny Depp.
To remind you of when you're in the boat. And then
Few westerns feel like a dream and a nightmare at the same time, but Dead Man does exactly that. Starring Johnny Depp in one of his most haunting roles, the film tells the strange and slow-burning story of a man named William Blake who enters a town for work and ends up running for his life. Directed by Jim Jarmusch, this black and white western is filled with powerful images, poetic dialogue, and a ghostly guitar score by Neil Young. Unlike the action-packed westerns of the past, Dead Man moves with quiet tension and deep meaning. It was never a big box office hit, but its artistic beauty still speaks loudly. Released in the mid-1990s, this hidden treasure was too unusual for mainstream Hollywood, but it remains unforgettable for those who discover it. Number 8. The Big Country, Gregory Peck, Charlton Heston. Sweeping landscapes, powerful stars, and deep emotion, The Big Country has it all. This Western masterpiece stars Gregory Peck as a sea captain who travels west for love but finds himself caught in a violent feud between two ranching families. Charlton Heston plays a proud and tough ranch hand, adding fire to the story. Directed by William Wyler, the film delivers stunning visuals and a strong message about pride, peace, and real courage. Unlike many shoot-'em-up westerns of the time, The Big Country focuses on character and honor. Released in the late 1950s, it was praised but slowly faded behind faster-paced films of the next decades. With its breathtaking music and unforgettable performances, this film is a quiet giant of the Western genre, one that Hollywood never should have buried. Number 7. Posse, Kirk Douglas.
Don't get him. I don't get elected.
This man is the most...
Posse is not just a western, it is a bold statement wrapped in cowboy boots and gunfire. Directed by and starring Kirk Douglas, this film flips the classic western story on its head. Douglas plays a U.S. Marshal chasing an outlaw, but the real story is about power, politics, and betrayal. As the plot unfolds, the lawman's true motives come into question, revealing a darker side of justice in the Wild West. Released in the mid-1970s, Posse came at a time when Hollywood was shifting away from traditional westerns. Its deep themes and serious tone may have been too sharp for many viewers back then. Still, the film offers strong performances, smart writing, and a message that feels just as true today. This hidden gem proves that even in the West, heroes are not always what they seem. Number 6. Lawman, Burt Lancaster, Robert Ryan.
Which one has heard Price?
One on the end, next to the old man. Watch.
Lawman rides in with grit, steel, and a heavy dose of justice. Starring Burt Lancaster as a tough marshal and Robert Ryan as a weary cattleman, This Western digs deep into the price of law and order. Lancaster's character comes to a quiet town to bring in a group of cowboys who accidentally killed a man. But what starts as a simple mission turns into a storm of tension, truth, and moral conflict. Released in the early 1970s, Lawman explores how far one man will go to follow the rules even if it means standing alone. The dusty streets, strong acting, and sharp direction make it a powerful film. Yet, it never got the spotlight it deserved. Hidden behind flashier westerns, Lawman remains a forgotten classic that delivers real weight with every scene. Number 5. The Last Sunset. Rock Hudson, Kirk Douglas.
O'Malley's a killer, so I'm going to see that he hangs. Until then, my advice.
The Last Sunset burns with tension secrets and unforgettable star power. Rock Hudson and Kirk Douglas bring fierce energy to this emotional western. Douglas plays a wanted man who runs to Mexico and joins a cattle drive led by Hudson's character. But there is more than cattle on this journey. There is love, hate, and a haunting past. Directed by Robert Aldrich, the film mixes action with deep human drama, making it more than just a cowboy story. The wide-open landscapes match the heavy emotions that follow every scene. Released in the early 1960s, The Last Sunset was rich with talent, but somehow got buried under bigger Hollywood titles. With its mix of romance, regret, and revenge, this film deserves another ride into the spotlight. It is bold, beautiful, and filled with heartbreak that still hits hard today. Number 4. Day of the Outlaw. Robert Ryan. Day of the Outlaw is a cold, harsh western that hits like a winter wind. Set in a snowy mountain town, this tense story follows a battle between ranchers and a group of outlaws who take over the town. Robert Ryan leads the film with quiet strength, playing a tough rancher who must face danger to protect innocent lives. The icy setting adds a chilling mood, making the fear and tension feel even stronger. Directed by Andre Detoth, the film breaks away from sunny westerns and gives us a darker, more serious tone. Released in the late 1950s, it never reached a wide audience, but those who find it often call it a hidden treasure. With its haunting music, snowy silence, and strong acting, Day of the Outlaw stands as one of the most unique westerns ever made. Number 3. Will Penny. Charlton Heston.
You going somewheres, boy?
Will Penny tells a story that feels real, rough, and deeply human. Charlton Heston plays an aging cowboy who just wants a quiet life after years of hard riding. When he finds shelter for the winter, he meets a woman and her child, and for the first time, he starts to feel something like home. But danger arrives in the form of outlaws, forcing him to choose between safety and love. Released in the late 1960s, this film stepped away from big shootouts and focused on honest emotion and quiet moments. Heston gives one of his most heartfelt performances, far from his usual heroic roles. Directed by Tom Grease, Will Penny was praised but soon forgotten by the public. This is not just a western. It is a touching story of a man who missed his chance at happiness. Number 2. Breakheart Pass. Charles Bronson.
Maybe you know what's going on around here.
Breakheart Pass is a thrilling ride through snow-covered mountains mystery and non-stop suspense. Charles Bronson takes the lead as a mysterious prisoner on a train filled with soldiers, doctors, and secrets. What begins as a simple trip turns into a deadly game as passengers start dying one by one. Set during the late 1800s, the film mixes Western action with a whodunit-style plot. Directed by Tom Grease, it delivers breathtaking scenery, clever twists, and strong performances. Released in the mid-1970s, Breakheart Pass offered something fresh in a time when Westerns were fading. But it never got the praise it truly deserved. With Bronson's cool presence and a story full of danger and surprises, this film stands out as one of the most unique and overlooked Westerns Hollywood ever made. Number 1. The Hunting Party. Gene Hackman, Oliver Reed.
I am Brent Ruger's wife.
It don't matter whose wife you are.
The Hunting Party is a wild and violent Western that pushes boundaries and leaves a lasting mark. Gene Hackman plays a rich and ruthless man who leads a group of hunters not after animals, but after the man who kidnapped his wife. Oliver Reed plays the kidnapper, a rough outlaw who only wants to teach himself how to read. What follows is a brutal chase filled with tension, revenge, and shocking moments. Released in the early 1970s, the film was too intense for many viewers at the time and was buried under safer, more traditional westerns. Directed by Don Medford, it combines powerful acting with beautiful but harsh landscapes. The Hunting Party is not for the faint of heart, but its bold story and fearless performances make it one of the most forgotten yet powerful westerns ever made. The dust has settled, but these forgotten westerns still ride strong in our hearts. Big stars, bold stories, and powerful moments, yet Hollywood left them behind. Now it is your turn to bring them back into the light. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a hidden gem. And tell us in the comments what buried western do you think deserves a comeback.